Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to thank Dr. Bernice Powell Jackson for that very warm and generous introduction. I'd like to thank Reverend David Duncombe and all that are involved in our prayer breakfast today. And simply, I'd like to say congratulations to the Jubilee USA Network for celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. And I'm pleased and honored to be here to break my fast with all of you. I have fasted for the past 24 hours, but I thought you were going to feed me a full breakfast this morning. I didn't know the ritual. The bread was tempting, but as soon as I leave here, I'm full meal. Thank you. The Jubilee movement is one of the most outstanding humanitarian efforts that I have seen in my entire career. Over the past 10 years, Jubilee has convinced members of Congress, officials of the Clinton and Bush administrations, and political leaders from around the world to cancel poor country debts. I'm so proud of my affiliation with Jubilee movement because it brought the needs of the world's poorest people to the attention of the world's most powerful leaders. This year, the Cancel Debt Fast has once again brought the needs of the world's poor to the attention of members of Congress. The Cancel Debt Fast was a creative, courageous, and effective way to promote the Jubilee Act. The Jubilee Act now has 68 co-sponsors, and 21 of them were added since the 40-day Cancel Debt Fast began. Thanks to the commitment of Jubilee members and supporters, the Jubilee Act can no longer be ignored. I'd like to just share with you a few thoughts about my involvement with Jubilee and some of the experiences that I've had. First of all, I want to thank all of my colleagues for being here today. Being involved in this work has helped me to witness a few miracles. First of all, Spencer Bacchus and I became very fast friends. That's a little miracle. We learned a lot about each other. We worked together in ways that I never thought we would. We were up early in the morning at meetings, and it has been one of the most delightful experiences that I've had in Congress, and we laugh a lot, we joke a lot, and it was because of our involvement with Jubilee 2000 that we became friends. The other little miracle that I'd like to share with you is the fact that when the Foreign Operations Appropriations Bill for funding year 2001 was on the floor, it was on the floor with $69 million appropriation. And we were told that we should not try to amend it, we should not do anything, we should be grateful that we were going to get the $69 million. And I want you to know that Kathleen Sinstock, who many of you know, who serves on my staff, who is just a very, very faithful woman, and a woman who's worked so hard to involve our office in debt cancellation, encouraged the entire staff and me to go for it. And so we said to the leadership, we're sorry, we can get more than that. And so we defied them, and we got $225 million for funding year 2001. And that was a little miracle, because it was not supposed to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned to you, my involvement with the Jubilee movement has given me the opportunity to demonstrate my faith. You know, a lot of people kind of wear it on their sleeves, and politicians have begun to use it as a way of connecting sometimes, and sometimes I think they say a little bit more about it than they really act on. But I think the way to act on your faith is to be about doing something for poor people every day of your life. I come from a huge family. I have 12 brothers and sisters, and my mother was a very Christian woman. We prepared for Sunday school every Saturday night. We polished our shoes, we got our clothes ready, we went to church, we went to Sunday school where we learned the 10 Commandments, where we learned the verses of the Bible. We stayed for 11 o'clock service where we met our mother, who sat on a bench that was reserved for my big family, and she cried every Sunday. We didn't know why she was crying, but when she started crying, we would all cry. So we were the crying car family. And, we went home for our meal after church, but we were back at 6 o'clock for what was known as BYPU. And that was the young people's service that went on Sunday evening. So I was raised in the church, and I've always known what my responsibilities are, and I've always known that we were taught to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, and to house the poor. And so it's not something that you have to talk about, but you must do it. My work with Jubilee 2000, my work with helping to end apartheid in South Africa and helping to get Nelson Mandela released from prison, my work in Haiti, as difficult as it has been, and all of the criticism that comes with whether or not you're on the right side, has nothing to do with whether or not you're choosing the right political leader. It has to do with whether or not the children of Haiti are going to eat, whether or not we're going to have potable water for the children of Haiti. It has to do with whether or not we're going to help these poor nations cancel the debt that they're trying to repay while their children are starving and while the healthcare needs are unmet and the educational needs are unmet. That's the work of those who have faith. And so I want to thank the Jubilee movement for giving me the opportunity to exhibit my faith, not just talking about it, but really acting on it. Again, this has been one of the most positive parts of my career. Thank you very much.